Good afternoon, folks. It's BJ once again back out in the city doing a video. So I am walking in West Philly now, and over here they have more of the two-story houses. There are some three-story houses, as you can see, but over here they have a lot of two-story houses, and some of them are pretty big. So it all depends on the lot size and the floor plan. Look at this. That's an old alley down there. Used to put those alleys in between the houses, so you could either park back there or the trash could go back there, etc., etc. I haven't been out in a couple of days. Been working and doing some self-care. Like I always tell you guys, self-care is critical and must be ongoing. Look down there. More of the two stories. There's a three-story on that corner down there. Look how blue the sky is. Now this is, I believe, November the 7th. And it's like 75 degrees. I'm in a t-shirt. You might be able to hear the wind blowing. And it's sunny. We're in the Northeast, folks. This ain't normal. So, yeah. Look, here's some newer trees that they've been planting. There's a couple programs in the city where if you wanted trees for the perimeter of your property, you can call that program and then they'll come and bring you the trees. I don't know if they plant them for you or not. Some of them might even plant them for you and give you like instructions on how to care for the houses, the plants and stuff like that. We're gonna cross over now. Crossing this big street. There's an old man back there watching me like, what is he doing? I'm just walking, sir, enjoying the neighborhood. There's a big three-story there. Look at that. What people don't realize is some of these old houses like that, they had like 6, 7 bedrooms, and most of them are really good size. Each of the houses usually have like 1, maybe 2 bedrooms that were kind of on the smaller side. But if it had like 7 bedrooms, at least 5 of them were pretty good size, even by today's standards. Now these people are lucky, they have a double garage. That's not something you see in the city every day. These people are having some work done on their place. Look at this one. I love the peach trim on that. It might need a refresh on the paint, but it's still beautiful. Beautiful sunny day. I just decided to get out and walk a bit. Go to a different part of the city. I just like to be out and about. Look at this, that's not pretty. Look at those trees, that's gorgeous. Yeah, so I'm just out today, enjoying this weather, enjoying the city. My focus for the next 4 years is going to be black joy. Not just joy, but black joy. My joy and the joy of African Americans all around me. If nothing else, we deserve joy. Our lives don't always have to be about sacrifice and struggle and compromise and less than and inequality and inequity. We deserve all the best that life in this world has to offer. And no, we shouldn't have to wait until the afterlife to be claiming it. We should have it right now. Look at that nice house in the corner. Now, those are the 2 stories I like. When they have that big front porch. And then these people over here, they're fortunate they have a garage at the back of their house. Down there, you might be able to see it. I want to walk down this street because this has all these gorgeous 2 stories. And they're wide. Look at this beautiful tree. Look at the big porches, right? I just want to come home after a day at work like that, live on a quieter street like this, and just sit on my porch and chill. Now look, those couple cars passed, and it is so quiet over here now. It's beautiful. Anyway, like I was saying, African American people, we got to take care of ourselves. I know this video may go out to people all over the world because it's going to be on social media and anyone can see it. But for this one moment, I have to talk to my people. We deserve peace. We deserve comfort. We deserve joy, happiness, love, and all that good stuff. Look at the colors on that one. That is gorgeous. It's like light blue and pink trim. That one has like rust, yellow, and blue trim. Okay, these 2 neighbors did their trim the same, which is good. Sometimes you'll see neighbors like this one, where they have one color trim on one side, and then the other folks have another color trim, which is fine. It's just people expressing their individuality. But sometimes I like when the houses have that similar paint or same paint. It just brings a sort of uniformity to the property. Sounds like a helicopter in the background. Usually when you hear a helicopter over here, it's like the news focusing on something like a bad accident or, I don't know, some craziness. Stop. Okay, I have to watch where I'm going because some of the people driving are not watching where they're going. Now look at that. That's like an old faux English Tudor style. You know, just with the facade and some of the trim. I like a variety of different kinds of houses. Now, interestingly, these are all like the same. Sorry about that. Someone's digging up their driveway and you can hear a big old, whatever you call those things, digging up the concrete. Look at those big trees. Now, I love big trees, but because I grew up in South Florida, I understand that you don't really want a big tree very close to your house, because if it falls on your house, that's a wrap. And yes, I love nature and I love trees, but I would just want trees maybe on the perimeter of my property, not right up against the house. Because when they're right up against the house, again, you know, when there's a storm, like these trees right here, that's huge. I don't know if it comes across in the video. That's probably like 6 feet around, 8 feet around. And then that, when the roots grow down into the sidewalk, that's another thing with some of these real old trees. The root structure can damage your piping and your plumbing underground, and maybe even your sidewalk structure or your foundation of your house. So having trees is a great thing, but just my opinion, not too close to the house because of the reasons I just listed. I'll stop for a moment to see what the timer was like. Well, they got a little white picket fence here, not something you see a lot of around here. So how are you folks doing? Put in the comments how you're feeling after the last few days. Some of you may be joyful. Others may be feeling dejected and not quite as happy. And we all have a right to feel the way we feel. What's interesting to me, though, is I grew up primarily in the 70s and 80s. So back then, when you had elections, everything was about policy. It wasn't about personality so much. It wasn't about religious differences so much. The big difference between the two major parties used to be who's going to save me the most in taxes, who's going to give me the most funding for my city, county, state, who's going to look after the people the most, who's more interested in big government or smaller government. Those were the things when I was younger that separated the parties. Now, it's all this faux religious rhetoric, and it's just bananas. And amazingly, certain people can take the same 2 or 3 topics and respin them and get people in a tizzy. And they've been doing this now for about 30, 40 years. The same, but probably more. I'm only speaking from my lifetime of experience. But from my lifetime of experience, these same topics, they keep rehashing them, and you can get a brand new generation of folks in a lather, foaming at the mouth. And we must all be better students of history and understand what's happening around us. I think if we paid more attention and did more reading and research, which seems to be less common and less prevalent nowadays, we would all be more thoughtful in our approaches to everything. I'm a big researcher, I'm a big reader, have been since I was a little kid. If there's something that I'm going to be involved in, I'm researching and reading. And back in the day, that meant going to the library, spending hours pulling up old copies of newspapers and pulling up old books that would contain information. And now it means more taking a few minutes. I can go online on various reputable sites. I can go to Chicago Tribune, New York Times, Miami Herald, Los Angeles, Tribune. And I can easily do research that used to take me hours, days, maybe even weeks. Now, I can get that research done literally in minutes or a fraction of the time. So when people say, oh, I haven't researched this and I don't know about that, all the information is out there. And you can get it from any perspective that you want. I like to get information from all perspectives because then that makes me an educated citizen. So we're moving down this street now. I haven't been down this one, or if I have, it's been a long, long time. Look across the street here. Those are pretty. Look how blue that sky is. Typically November everything starts turning gray and gloomy and doomy, but not anymore. That's pretty. Look at that. That's a twin. And that one too. All right, folks, so I'm going to wrap it up. I've enjoyed walking out here with you guys today. This video is running a bit long. I've been yapping about different topics. Not something I always do, but I felt compelled to do it. And moving forward, I'm going to be doing what makes me happy. Period. Okay? That's it. I don't know how the young people say it, on God, period. Whatever the current slang adjective is or exclamation is, that's what I'm doing. Black boy joy. Taking care of me and mine. Okay, wait. Look at that. Okay, that was pretty. That's when you tell I got a little self-diagnosed ADHD, because I had to stop and show you that real quick. Look at those. All right, people. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I appreciate you all. Again, my name is BJ. I think this is Hidden Philadelphia Walking Tours Part 8. And as always, self-care is critical and must be ongoing. Peace. See you in the next one.